Welcome back to Channel Nation of Glory. Today, we bring you a story that needs no introduction. A story that transcends borders, breaks language barriers, and reaches deep into the hearts of millions across the globe. This is the story of Lionel Andrés Leo Messi, the little boy from Rosario who grew up to become the greatest footballer the world has ever seen. Messi's story isn't just about football. It's about destiny, determination, and a love for the game, so pure that even time stands still when he touches the ball. But before the trophies, before the fame, before the chance of Messi echoed through stadiums, there was a boy with a dream. Born on June 24, 1987, in Rosario, Argentina, Lionel Messi came into a modest home filled with love, laughter, and football. His father, Jorge, worked in a steel factory. His mother, Celia, was a part-time cleaner. Life was simple, and money was scarce. But what they lacked in wealth, they made up for in heart. And in that small house, a spark was born, a spark that would one day set the world of football ablaze. At just 4 years old, Messi picked up a ball and never let it go. His grandmother, Celia, was the first to see the magic in his tiny feet. She would take him to local matches, holding his hand as he walked toward dreams too big for his age. Every time he scored, he would look to the sky, a habit that would later become his signature tribute. Because when she passed away, Messi was only 10. And from that day on, every goal was for her. But life wasn't kind to him early on. At the age of 11, doctors told Messi he had a growth hormone deficiency. His body wasn't producing enough hormones to grow properly. The treatment was expensive, $900 a month. His parents couldn't afford it. For most kids, that would have been the end of the story. But for Messi, it was just the beginning. He joined Newell's Old Boys, a local club in Rosario, and his talent was impossible to ignore. He was small, but unstoppable. Opponents twice his size couldn't catch him. Coaches saw a miracle in motion, but without money for treatment, that miracle was fading fast. Then, fate stepped in from across the ocean. In Spain, a scout for FC Barcelona saw a tape of young Messi playing. It was blurry, shaky, filmed with an old camera, but the talent was undeniable. The club invited him to Barcelona for a trial. He was 13. Alone, shy, and carrying the weight of his family's hope, Messi traveled to Spain with his father. When the coaches saw him play, they couldn't believe their eyes. One of them famously said, "This boy's left foot is not normal." But when it came time to sign, things got complicated. Messi didn't have papers. He didn't have the right medical insurance. The deal seemed to be falling apart until one man, Carlos Rixach, took a napkin, wrote an agreement, and signed it. A napkin that would change football history forever. That's how Messi's journey with Barcelona began. He entered La Masia, the club's academy, where legends were made. But it wasn't easy. He was shy, homesick, and often cried at night. His mother and siblings had to return to Argentina while he stayed in Spain with his father. The loneliness was crushing, but Messi had one companion, the ball. With time, his talent grew brighter. Coaches were speechless at how effortlessly he dribbled past defenders. They called him El Pequeño Mago, the little magician. At just 16, he made his first team debut for Barcelona in 2003. The world didn't know it yet, but a revolution had begun. In 2005, Messi scored his first official goal for Barcelona, a delicate chip that floated over the goalkeeper and into the net. It was more than a goal. It was a signal. The boy had become a man. But Messi's rise truly began when he met Pep Guardiola, a coach who understood him like no one else. Together, they built an era that redefined football. Under Pep, Messi played as a false nine, not a striker, not a midfielder, but something the world had never seen. And what followed was pure art. Between 2008 and 2012, Messi became unstoppable. The trophies kept coming: Champions League, La Liga, Copa del Rey. The Ballon d'Or not once, not twice, but 4 times in a row. Records shattered like glass, defenders left dizzy in his wake. And yet, Messi remained humble, quiet, always letting his feet do the talking. His battles with Cristiano Ronaldo became the stuff of legend. 2 titans, 2 philosophies. Ronaldo power, precision, and charisma. Messi grace, genius, and silence. Fans argued endlessly about who was greater, but deep down, both pushed each other to limits that made football a spectacle for the ages. Still, one shadow loomed over Messi's greatness: the World Cup. He had conquered every stage but one. Every time he wore the Argentina jersey, the pressure was suffocating. Critics said he couldn't do for his country what he did for Barcelona. They compared him to Diego Maradona, the national hero. And though Messi gave his all, heartbreak followed him. In 2014, Argentina reached the World Cup final in Brazil. Messi carried them on his shoulders through Iran, Nigeria, Belgium, the Netherlands. The world waited for the crowning moment. But in the final, against Germany, fate turned cruel. Mario Götze's goal ended the dream. Argentina lost 1-0. Messi stood alone, staring at the golden trophy he couldn't touch. The world watched as he walked past it, his heart heavy, his eyes hollow. In that moment, he wasn't the greatest of all time. He was just human, broken, tired, and heartbroken. Then came the Copa America losses. Twice against Chile. Twice on penalties. Twice in pain. After the second defeat, Messi said, "It's not meant for me. I'm done with the national team." And the world gasped. Argentina wept. But heroes don't quit. The people begged. His teammates pleaded. Even children sent him messages asking him to return. And a few months later he did. Because Messi wasn't done yet. His story wasn't over. In 2021, in Brazil, the land where he had once fallen short, Messi lifted his first major international trophy. Argentina won the Copa America. Tears streamed down his face as he hugged his teammates. The curse was broken. The monkey off his back. The world cheered, and the heavens smiled. But there was still one mountain left. The World Cup. And then came 2022 Qatar. Argentina's campaign started with heartbreak again, a shocking loss to Saudi Arabia. The critics returned. The doubt crept in. But Messi, calm and focused, gathered his team and said, "Trust me." From that moment, Argentina transformed. Game after game, he led with brilliance and courage. Against Mexico, he scored a goal that reignited belief. Against the Netherlands, he showed his fire. Against Croatia, he danced past defenders like time had reversed. And in the final, the dream unfolded. Argentina versus France. Messi versus Mbappé. A match for the ages. Messi scored. Argentina led. France fought back. Mbappé scored a hat-trick. Extra time. Penalties. The world held its breath. And when Gonzalo Montiel scored the final penalty, Argentina were champions of the world. Messi fell to his knees, tears mixing with joy. He had done it. The boy from Rosario had completed football. Every trophy. Every record. Every dream fulfilled. He lifted the World Cup like it was a child in his arms. The crowd chanted his name. His teammates lifted him high, just as he had lifted them countless times. The image of Messi kissing the golden trophy became immortal, a symbol of perseverance, pain, and ultimate glory. After the World Cup, he continued to make history, joining Inter Miami in Major League Soccer. Many thought it was a retirement move, but Messi turned it into a revolution. Stadiums sold out. Jerseys vanished from stores. Kids in America started wearing the number 10. Football in the United States changed forever. Even now, at 38, Messi plays not for fame, but for love. You can see it in his smile, his passes, his joy. Because for him, football isn't a job, it's his language, his art, his heartbeat. From the dusty streets of Rosario to the grandest stadiums on earth, Lionel Messi's journey is proof that greatness doesn't come from size or money or privilege, it comes from heart. From believing when no one else does. From standing tall even when the world says you're too small. He showed us that heroes don't always wear capes, sometimes they wear number 10. Thank you for watching. This was the story of Lionel Messi, the legend, the leader, the dreamer. If you felt inspired, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Nation of Glory for more stories of icons who changed the world. Because every legend has a story and we're here to tell it.